Hello, this is Roberto and this is the HVAC is my channel. Today we're going to be talking about equipment review and design CFM. Alright, so let's get into it. So in the previous video, we were mentioning that we're going to start running ductwork. Before running ductwork, also, we need to make sure that it's always a very good idea to check on the equipment, honestly. So what we're going to do now is like, for example, let's go check on our equipment. So for that F7, there we go. So heating, so we have a heat pump, we have an electric strip. So see, this is the condenser model. So it's a very good practice to have the CAD sheets. Sometimes they call it data sheets, or specs sheets, right? So it's a very good practice to download this information and review it online. It's just a very quick process. For example, we're going to have in here the heat pump, we're going to have in here the air handling unit, and then we're going to double check on this, which is the heating strip. And then based on that equipment, we're going to have our design CFM. All right, so let's double check on this. And also, sometimes this information is not available, but if you have the distributor or you have your representative, they would always provide this information. Number one. Number two, if it's a commercial building, usually you send the information to the representative and they will give you selections because they have specialized software and they already provide you rooftop units, DOAS units, and everything. All right, so this information is readily available online, so if you Google it, you're going to be able to find it. So now what I did is, for example, I put all the information in one of my folders. For example, this is the indoor unit, this is the outdoor unit based on the model. You know what, I'm going to change a little bit the name, so you have, depending on how you want to make it, how organized you want to make this folder. Okay, so outdoor unit, indoor unit, electric strip, and then you're going to be able to see some of the accessories. Always there's accessories. Okay, let's start with the heat pump unit. So this, the heat pump unit is 5TWR 5036A1. So this is the outdoor unit. I'm going to go open that. So I'm going to open that, let's review it very quickly. What are you having? So this is going to be a 3-ton unit. So let's go check. I'm going to grab the PDF on the side. There you go. So this is the unit actually. So let's review it very quick. So this is the split system heat pump, and my unit is this 5TWR 5030. There you go. No, 36, 3-ton unit, right? So we keep on going down. So the model number is going to be this one. So this column applies to this model number. So see, 5036. Let's double check on this. 5036, yes, 3-ton unit. Okay, so in this case, for the power connections, you're going to have 208, 230, one phase, and 60 hertz, right? Ampacity, and then circuit protection. So this is going to be actually your breaker. This is what you need. Your breaker is 30 amps, right? Okay, so this is extra information if you want to get more into detail, but it's giving you all the information you need. It's a shipping weight and then the net weight. So this weight is, look at this, 222 pounds. So it's a little bit heavy. Sometimes it's kind of difficult. Imagine you have to install it on the roof or in a bracket. You're going to need some help. At some point, you know, when I was an installer, look, honestly, so many people overlook this information, but let's just check on this. Okay, so it says weight, net weight. So the net weight of this unit is 222 pounds. As a technician, I was able to make it, to put it on a bracket by myself. But if you keep on doing this all the time, and for example, you make a mistake, you can hurt your back. And I've been hurt. So I used to install water heaters, I used to install furnaces, and then at some point I would hurt my back and I would be like not feeling good for about 2-3 days. I would lose work. So it's a good idea to always ask for help. So if it's in a bracket, ask someone, hey, can you give me a hand on that? It's way wiser to do that. All right. Okay, so let's continue on this. There's accessories. These are the accessories for your outdoor unit. So in the accessories, it says anti-short cycle timer. This is additional. For example, this is anti-short cycle timer. What happens is that it's not a good idea when you do have short cycling. What does it mean? On and off. On and off. So the unit is going on, is going off. It's turning on, is turning off. That's not a good idea because you are restricting the life of your compressor. And if the compressor fails, you know, sometimes the unit fails and then you need a new system. You have to protect the compressor. So this accessory anti-short cycle timer is actually going to delay you when the system is off. So you're gonna have, for example, if it's off, the delay is going to be 30 seconds, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on how you set it up, right? So it's a good idea actually to have that. The other one, evaporator defrost control, it says non-applicable. We have isolator kits, extreme condition mount kit. Oh, now, depending on the weather, depending where you are installing this heat pump unit. For example, in the lower side, on the south, Miami, or in a place that is very hot, you wouldn't be worried about this extreme condition mount kit. But however, if you're installing this in the north, upstate New York or Montana or wherever it's cold, you might need to consider this extreme condition mount kit. And a start kit is just in the beginning, it's optional, maybe not. Okay, then the crankcase heater kit. So that's why sometimes it's a good idea to have a representative, or even your distributor could let you know, give you some advice based on the local conditions. They would let you know, okay, you're gonna need this, you're gonna need that, you're gonna need that, right? Okay, for example, this one is like Seacoast Kit. Seacoast Kit is like, this is very interesting because when your house is located very close to the water, and the water actually is salty water, it has salt and humidity. Salt and humidity will translate to corrosion. So this is gonna be protected for corrosion. Okay, low ambient kit, the same thing. So if you're gonna have the low ambient kit, this is actually for colder temperatures, right? So technically it prevents the outdoor unit fan running all the time at full speed. So it's going to modulate your outdoor fan. All right, yeah. So let's keep on checking on these spec sheets, product specifications. Oh my gosh, look at this. If you have a 60C, like for example, if you have a 5-ton unit, it's gonna get more heavier. See, 251 pounds. Okay, so let's keep on going down. We're just checking in here sound power level. So we have 36. This is a 3-ton unit, so your decibels are gonna be 70. It's a little noisy, but it's still manageable. Okay. Oh, there you go. So this is the accessory description and usage. So this lets you know what this is. There you go. Anti-short cycle timer. It says prevents compressors recycling until 5 minutes. There you go. All right. Extreme conditions mount kit, bracket kit, security mounting condensing unit auto frame. There you go. Okay. See? This is used in areas with high winds or commercial rooftops. This extreme condition mount kit actually was my bad. In the beginning, I was mentioning that it was in northern climates. I was mentioning mainly about the low ambient temperatures kit. That one, low ambient, not this one. Okay, extreme conditions is related with high winds or commercial rooftops. There you go. High winds, maybe Florida. Okay, so now this is a nomenclature. For example, number 5 is the new refrigerant, T is train, W is a split heat pump. So that's the nomenclature of the system. So every brand will have their own nomenclature. For example, in here, see 5TW. In every spec sheets, you're going to have the nomenclature. All right, let's keep on going down. But the most important thing is this 36, which is the nominal capacity. See, look, it goes down. Nominal capacity in thousands of BTUs. There we go. Okay, let's keep on going down just very quickly. So this is the wiring diagram. Okay, let's go here. Wiring diagram. These are the unit dimensions. There you go. Unit dimensions 36. Okay. Remember, another thing is, if you have bushes around this, try to maintain at least 1 feet around. Try to maintain it. Otherwise, this is not going to have good performance. Okay, so more. See, you have in here low ambient cooling. See, there you go, your controls. Okay, so pretty much we reviewed this unit, we reviewed the outdoor unit, and it's looking good. Now what we're gonna do is the most important part actually. We're gonna check on the air handling unit, which is the indoor unit. And as I was mentioning before, in here what you're gonna have is the following, right? Indoor unit, all right? Indoor unit, and then in the indoor unit, I'm doing this review. Actually, I do this review all the time, but I wanted to show you this because we always want to be professional in our job, right? The more professional you are, you're gonna have more clients and you're gonna sound better. So see, 5 TEM6, this is the indoor unit. So for the indoor unit, it's gonna be a variable speed air handling unit, so 2 to 5 ton operation. So you have the dimensions. For the dimensions, actually, what I'm really interested is in the cabinet size, right? Which means like, what is the width of this system? So what's the dimension from here to here? This is the front, right? See, the front. So what's that dimension? The front dimension. If we're going here, this front dimension is a B. See, if we have this unit, the front dimension is B. Okay, so we're gonna go, what is the B? Okay, it's in here, it says the front. Oh, minimum unit clearance. Okay, let's go to the V. How much is the B? B is 23.5, so that's the dimension you have to worry about a lot. Okay, so also the clearances. Most importantly, the clearance, what that I need is in the front, at least 2 feet, at least 2 feet of clearance. What do they say in the front? And here it says 21 inches. I would give it 2 feet, which is 2 feet is 24 inches, same. See, on the sides 2 inches, but I wouldn't like that sometimes. Okay, so in the front, don't forget to put a clearance of 2 feet. Okay, product specifications, you have, see, the electrical information, the nomenclature, and you have all this information available here. A filter is not furnished. No, it says, right? You're going to need to provide filter. This is what I'm very interested in now. For the airflow, actually this says the following. This is the heater, because remember, this is a heat pump, right? Heat pump air handling unit with the heater, auxiliary heat, supplemental heat, or emergency heat. Number one, so that's why it is always a good idea to review this. Number one, look at this. If you go here, let's go to the heater. Hold on. I'm gonna put electric strip, and I chose a BAWHR 1017, right? So if you go here to the spec sheet, right, I don't see that. I don't see 1017 at all. So sometimes Train and other manufacturers, they update their model numbers. Sometimes they say this is discontinued, and this is the new nomenclature. So I don't see that model number, but at the same time, we need to make sure which one is the one that we like. So seeing here, it says 10 kilowatts. My heater is gonna be 10 kilowatts, but now that's another interesting part. We should actually make a video how to size electric heating. But as a rule of thumb, it's like, the south is going to be warmer, especially in the United States. So for warmer climates, 5 kilowatts work, okay? The central, which is like gonna be Virginia in the middle of the US, if you're going to the north, the central, 10 kilowatts is a good idea. 10 kilowatts, 15 kilowatts, you name it, right? In the north, especially for a 3-ton unit, you're gonna have at least 15 kilowatts on the north for a 3-ton unit, okay? Because it's colder. So in this case, since it's the central, it's located in Virginia, I'm gonna put a 10 kilowatts because the low ambient temperature is not gonna go lower than 25 degrees. So 10 kilowatts, okay. So this 10 kilowatts, and then we need to update this. So for 10 kilowatts, what is 1517? Let's go checking here, 1517. I'm gonna go here, 1517. Where is it? 1517. 1517. This is 3 racks. Okay, let's go checking here. There you go. You have the kilowatts in here. Kilowatts capacity. It's not going to be 240. It's going to be 208. And then, see, this is the heater data. Capacity kilowatts. It's not going to be 2.8. It's not going to be 3.6. There you go. I have 10.8. So in this 10.8, what does it say? It says 3517. Honestly, I'm not very happy with this, but let's see. Yeah, let's go and double check on, for example, I'm gonna double check on the installation guide. So I'm gonna grab the installation guide to this side, and it says for a heater, let's go here, there you go, BAHTR 1517, number of circuit phases 2/1, 208, 1008, right? So I'm gonna follow this electric strip, and then I'm going to update my table. All right, so I'm going to update my table, and it says BAAHTR 1517. All right, so I'm going to update this in here very quickly. So let's go here, and I'm going to update this HR, and this is going to be 1517 instead of 10. It's going to be 1517 BKAR 10 kilowatts train. There you go, apply. All right. Okay, so now finally I'm gonna go check on this design CFM. Let's go, keep on going here. So okay, there we go. So for the design CFM, here's the thing. For the design CFM, this is my unit, and then this is my air handling unit. It says wet coil, because whenever you have dry coil, it's less resistance. Whenever you have wet coil, it's more resistance. No filter, no heater. All right, so we're gonna put a 0.7 static pressure, and then for a 3-ton unit you have normal. See, we're gonna go normal. These are the deep switches, okay, where you can set it up in the control board. But assuming that, see, for 0.7 we have 1176 CFM, 1176 CFM as my design CFM, all right, based on the specifications. Before I forget, I'm gonna go hitting here F8. We said based on the where is it? Based on the spec sheet, 1176. All right, 1176, and then we're gonna hit apply. All right, we're all ready to go. Okay, so now what we're gonna do finally is the following. Since we're starting doing the duct design, we're gonna go here and then show, there you go, duct design, static pressure. For the static pressure, this is showing us at 0. So where is my information here? There you go, see? This is my design CFM based on the specs. And now my static pressure, I'm gonna put as 0.70 because this CFM is at this static pressure. All right, so apply. There we go. Okay, so now it's showing in here automatically. Not really, but we're gonna put 0.7. And then we're gonna put 0.7. All right. So for the coil, usually it's a rule of thumb. Not rule of thumb, but based on experience, 0.2. And then heat exchanger 0, supply diffusers, resistance of 0.03, return resistance of 0.03, filter, we're gonna start with 115 and see how it goes. Humidifier we don't have, balancing damper 0.03, there we go. All right, now why this location is empty? Because now we need to start running the heat load calculation, and we need to start running duct working here, all right? And that's what we're gonna do in the next video. And leave any comments if you like this video, and then if you have any suggestions. Thanks so much for your support, and then I'll see you in the next video.